I know why everybody likes my company and everybody respects me. I'm sure for every meeting they will call me as a chief guest. They know my importance. I know without me they can't do anything. There is a solid reason why my people always count on me. I'm the most superior in my family. I'm the most superior in my network circle. I'm the most superior senior in my team. I'm called Jyestha. So, dear friends, today I would like to do analysis on Jeshtha Nakshatra. So, the reason why I imitated is this is what Jeshtha is. So, the meaning of Jeshtha is superior, elder, the senior most. So, as the meaning resembles, Jeshtha people, they have these inherent qualities of that they want everybody to respect them, treat them as the senior most, superior. They like to be called upon, every important occasion. That is what the typical mindset of Jyestha. Because this nakshatra is ruled by Mercury, it is very complex to understand what is going in the mind of Jyestha people. And also moon debilitates in the Scorpio, in the Jyestha Nakshatra. So it means definitely Mercury dominates moon. So moon represents mind and Mercury is buddhi, what we call intelligence. So when buddhi, intelligence dominates your mind, what happens? You become a totally different personality. You are very complex to understand. You are a weird personality. That is what Jyestha is. So Mercury rules 3 stars, Aslesha, Revati and Jyestha. The prominent Mercury features, characteristics are seen in Jyestha. This nakshatra is ruled by Lord Indra. Indra is he's actually a leader of divinely people. So whenever people offer any prayers through rituals, fire, havan, he is the most welcome guest that who actually comes and takes that havis, which is called the result of havan is called havis, and blesses the person actually who performed that yajna. So Indra has a typical mindset of highly political. He thinks he is superior to everyone, and he has this always Indra has threat that his crown may be stolen by someone else, and that's why he always makes sure that he does his best to defeat his peers and enemies so that they don't level him. So Jyestha people, they actually have this kind of vibration within them. So actually Jyestha is a star which is more favorable for women than men. The only way you can please a Jyestha person is give him respect. Make him feel that he is given utmost importance. Make him feel that he is superior to everyone. Then I'm sure you can get anything done by Jyestha people. So these people often face relationship issues because of two reasons. Here the mind gets into the house of transformation, which is Scorpio, which is a watery sign, or an emotional blockage. And also Jyestha actually has ruled by Jyestha has this energy of Indra, because the divine deity is ruled by Indra. So the passion, obsession for power, they do a lot of power play. So people who are at the chief level, at the highest of any field, they are prominent Jyestha star people. If you see a manager in a finance company, a reputed manager is likely a Jyestha, and the top counselors are likely a Jyestha, and the most superior of what we say is priest, they are likely Jyestha. People who basically call shots in any organization at a very high level, they are likely Jyestha. These people, most of the people actually, they feel envy of, jealous of Jyestha individuals. But for Jyestha people, so it's not easy for them to reach to that level. So they do a lot of hard work to reach to that level. Like people who are really in they are in tune with the energy of Jyestha. It means people who are really in a superior position in an organization or business. So they always have this threat that others feel envy of their riches, or others feel ego of them, and they regret for that, because they themselves know what it took them to reach that level. They are really actually talented. The only problem with Jyestha people is, especially the Jyestha males, if you don't give them preference, that's it. They will disturb everything. They don't mind to break the system, environment, disturb the environment if they are not given preference. Because moon debilitates here. Most of the people who are Jyestha, they have this inferiority, superiority complex. That others are not giving them the importance that they deserve. And that is when they get into a lot of issues in their relationships, marital life. So as I mentioned, this is a basically push and pull factor of Moon and Mercury, the Jyestha is. So Saturn is a shadow of Sun, the Mercury is a shadow of Moon. Basically he is another moon, a different form of moon. So to understand moon, moon is a kind of a river without any ripples in a winter. How it looks like, it's all, that's what a moon is, the mind is. So if you throw a stone, you see a ripple there. That's what the Mercury, the intelligence, Buddhi, which is called Buddhi in Sanskrit. So these people are actually, they are driven by their intellect, Buddhi, and not by their mind. So that's why they always show different colors on their face. That's why these people get into issues in terms of maintaining smooth, cordial relationship. So these people actually, they want to be in a bigger network circle. They are of socializing nature, but because of the traits of the Mercury's and Moon's influence, they make them stay away from people and live in isolated environment. Finally, that's what they end up. Because the way they do extreme thinking, they are too analytical, they are too complex to understand. That's why things never go well with Jyestha. Either it could be a love affair or a relationship, especially males. A person who is born in Jyestha is said to be rich and possesses a lot of endurance, and he always fears to speak lies, and he's very romantic, sexual, and very vigilant. This is what a Jyestha male is. So Jyestha female, so she has a sweet tongue, she respects elders, rich. Another unique quality of Jyestha woman is she has lot of love, passion for her children and siblings. That's what a Jyestha woman is. I have seen this pattern, and they are very angry. They look like headstrong, but they are not headstrong. If they don't like, that's it. They thrash people, or they stay away. But especially women, in the context of women, Jyestha is very good. They maintain very cool and mature, calm gesture compared to men. So men, if they don't like something, they thrash back and they outburst. But women, they are not like that. They endure. So these people, when they are born, they start running this Mercury mahadasa. So basically, it's a kind of their childhood. Most of the time of their childhood actually goes in Mercury mahadasa, depending on the pada they have born. So after that, after Mercury dasha, they run Ketu mahadasa. So most of the time with most of the people, either they actually could be brought up in their maternal grandfather house or a maternal uncle's house. So that's what typically happens during Ketu mahadasha, because Ketu mahadasha is a sampattar dasha. So because of them, because of their birth in the family, they become fortune. They see material gains with respect to inherited properties, assets. And these people, because the Ketu mahadasha operates at a very early life of stage, so they develop some kind of spiritual side of life, detachment. So they try to understand many things that children of people of that age could not understand because of that Ketu dasha. So they pass through difficult situations during Ketu mahadasha. So basically Ketu mahadasha, even though sampattar dasha, so that is actually good for their parents and family. But it's a kind of a very strange, uncontrolled energy for them. They may see issues with their primary education, and people who are just completed their education and looking for a job, so they find trouble, finding a right job in Ketu dasha. Because Ketu, as I mentioned in my previous video, Ketu dasha, Ketu mahadasha video, so wherever Ketu is there in the chart, so there is no action, specific action in that house. So these people, they stay neutral because they are not aware of that energy, because they are too young to understand that. So that's why, because of the lack of maturity and lack of understanding of this dasha, they may see some issues, troubles in basically settling down in their early career, or to have a successful education. So once they pass Ketu mahadasha, so they will have this prominent Venus mahadasha, 20 years. So the end of Ketu mahadasha basically gives a clue for them how it would look like, the Venus mahadasha would be. So if they have good auspicious Ketu mahadasha, if they ended up with at least a moderate Ketu mahadasha, so their life will boom in Venus mahadasha. But the only thing here is the Jyestha people, they have to be very careful, especially males, when it comes to relationships, choosing a partner. So because this is a Mercury star ruled by Mercury. So Mercury has this unique and weird characteristic. Okay. So in anyone's chart, if Mercury is not alone, okay, he has to be only with Jupiter for Mercury to be an auspicious planet. If Mercury is afflicted with nodes like Rahu, Ketu, Mars, Saturn, then again, it basically kind of it eclipses the mind, because Mercury is mind, buddhi. So the position of Mercury plays a key role in their chart for Jyestha people. That is one thing. And because at the age of young age, I think at the age of 20-25 years, they start running this Venus mahadasha. Okay. So the position, if the Mercury is not afflicted, they'll have a smooth Venus mahadasha. Else, they get into many addictions, obsession about womanizing, drugs, drinking, alcoholism, and many other weird stuff, depending on their brought up. Because Mercury is the planet who gives the result of the planet it is associated with. So it's more or like, Mercury is, we can understand it as Rahu Ketu. In one sense. So the Venus mahadasha actually is going to be a very good time for them, like if Mercury is not afflicted. The 20-year stretch, everything in their life, the major things in their life will happen in Venus mahadasha. And after that they run Sun mahadasha. Again it's auspicious dasha. Because it's a Kshematara dasha, fourth dasha, and Sun is the best friend of Mercury. In Vedic astrology there is one famous yoga called Nipana yoga, Buddhaitya yoga, when there is a connection between Mercury and Sun. And another thing about Jyestha is like these people are very good mediators and communicators. Because everybody knows that Mercury is the only friend for both Saturn and Sun. So that's why he has become communicator. So everybody knows that Saturn and Sun both are enemy to each other. But Mercury is friend to Sun as well as Saturn. That's why he is a bridge between Sun, which is name and fame, self-esteem, royalty, creativity, and Saturn, who is hardworking, service, and karma, justice, law. So the Mercury now, that's why Mercury has become divine communicator, divine ambassador. So that is what Jyestha is. So Sun mahadasha will be good for them wherever Sun is placed, because Sun is the best friend of Mercury, and also Sun mahadasha is a fourth dasha for these people. Again, Moon mahadasha, they'll get into issues, relationship issues, mind related issues. I have seen many Jyestha people who opted for kind of counseling during Moon dasha. For these people, the Karma Nakshatra is Revati Nakshatra. Again, Revati is a cosmic star, which is like the divine deity is one of the 12 Adityas. So if these people undertake anything, new beginnings, if they start anything, new business ventures or career, job or anything important in Revati Nakshatra, then it is very auspicious. It will give long-lasting success for these people. The Jati Nakshatra being Uttarashada for Jyestha Nakshatra people, if they were to do any discussions, counseling, compromise within their community caste, then they have to choose this Uttarashada Nakshatra. And their Abhisheka Nakshatra is Anuradha Nakshatra, which is the last Nakshatra from Jyestha. So if they perform Rudrabhisheka on Anuradha Nakshatra, it will suppress most of the negative elements of Jyestha. Because as I mentioned, Jyestha has this thing, they have this insecurity, fear of, their position being stolen by someone else, or, they're stubborn. At times they look very headstrong, they don't listen to others. And if they are not given preference, they try to disturb the system. So these negative qualities will be suppressed if they perform Rudrabhisheka, and they'll have smooth relationships. And the Vinasa Nakshatra is Chitta Nakshatra for these people. So when these people deal with Chitta people, they have to be careful. Anyways, the Mercury and Mars, they are actually enemies to each other. So friends, this is my analysis about Jyestha Nakshatra. If you like my video, click on like button, and also please subscribe to my video. Thank you very much.